Hi, my name is Marcus Ruhnau and I would like to show you how to utilize the Ruhnau options and turning point package, which are both add-ons from the Agenatrader. Both require the Agenatrader but could work standalone or in combination together. For this package, just to give you an idea of the workflow, I typically scan like 2,500 till 3,000 different values, mainly from the US, and therefore it is a little bit preparation to do. The major workflow is pretty easy. I just set up the software, started it, and then I go to 5 lists, which I have to delete. Here, remove all instruments. I confirm it for all the lists. And now I go to one stock filter options where you see lots of zeros and ones inside, and just push here and say reload. This is the hardest part of the assignment, to do a stock market analysis. Here is an automated system which can search for bull put spreads, bear call spreads, vertical calls, vertical puts, and Iron Condors, and good market entries in stocks which are named turning point long or turning point short. When I call bullish, I always mean I expect the stock to rise. When I call bearish, I expect the stock to fall and to profit from it. Now you see the software does its job and goes down, and it took a few minutes, but not very long, to really reload everything and sort all stocks into, according to their respective signals, into the list. And here in the list you see how it automatically fills all the stocks inside. Now what can we see here in this list? First we see the symbol. Of course the symbol has always a name, sure. Then you have the last price, the daily performance. EDD means earnings day difference. So how many days until the earnings are left. There are 3 ways what you can set up. Here it says 5 to 14, and if you have earnings below 5, it's red. Very easy to see. There's also a line here which says here, be careful, earnings. If it's between 5 and 14, it's orange, and it's also marked here in the chart orange. And above that you see it here as a dotted line somewhere. It is also possible to select the earnings, like the day, and if it's confirmed or not. If the earnings are confirmed, you see it on a purple line. Alright, then we see BPS, stands for bull put spread minus E, expiry day. So how many days until the expiry? Here you always see 34 days, which I typically select is 20 to 60 days. I make it a little bit broader so I don't have to adjust it every day, and search which option chain is really the best or not. Here it's pretty easy to see. It has 34 days, and then I also sort according to earn percent per day. So how much do you earn in percentage per day what you set up here. You can search it like this, and the higher the better. Let's keep it here with CHGG. What does this company do? We can have a look on the rating. So it's a consumer defensive, education, training and services. Here we see the text, so we can be a little bit more informed. And then how is the leverage, earnings growth, margin growth, return on equity, sales growth, increase, risk of bankruptcy, overall rating. Whereas the rating is relative. So in all these classes, sector and industry, which are the same, here the companies are searched which are the best. And this is all calculated by my server here, and it says 31, so 100 would be the best and 0 the least. And there you always see which companies are better than this. Very easy. And I only want to trade A, B's and C's. But for education purposes we leave this here. And you see also some numbers here inside which you can click and then they disappear. X stands for expected move, which is a standard formula to calculate based on the implied volatility. And we also have the open interest, which you can adjust. So now the white lines are for the expiries, which you can see 28 days or 7 days if it's weekly, but here it's 28 days, and the longest line is 2314. So here are calls sold 2314, and you could adjust then, okay, this must be much smaller. If it's blue, it's below 100. You can see very easily where is lots of open interest. So here directly under this you see there's a lot of open interest, so it could be a supportive area. Then if you want to do a bull put spread, it's really hard to figure it out because you have to push this button. I'm a little bit ironic. You see how fast it is calculated. You see directly which option chains are available. You see the strike, you see the expiry, you see the average price, so between bid and ask, and there's also a calculation done if it's how high the maximum bid and ask spread should be. You could adjust it manually, or you can use it what is experienced to be pretty good, but you can adjust everything, every parameter here for the bull put spread. So here I have a delta of 0.15 and the day min, day max. And you could also say, I don't want to take care about the earnings, and you just put in max earnings and you never tap into the earnings again. So here it will search for the maximum time for the earnings. So if it's 60 days or here 85 days, it will search for the maximum until the earnings. So let's have a look. It says 62 days. If you go minimum to the earnings, some like to do weeklies, for instance, and then you have 34, which is the least what you can do according to the other parameters which work. Or you just leave it on min-max and have a check manually, and you see how many days you have. Sometimes you want to say, for instance, 10 days until the earnings is enough for me, and it shows still some possibilities. Of course, you could search for an Iron Condor, and I don't know any software which is so fast in finding Iron Condors according to your customized values. So it's not somewhere on the server pre-processed, but it's all fresh, and you see how fast it goes. that you can see different option strategies right away. Here, like an Iron Condor spread, I showed what kind of strategies are available in other videos, so please have a look on it. I also have a look on the earnings per share, how they performed in the last times, and we also have a target price. So here the target price is already reached. You could have a look on the historical volatility or on how the standard deviation would look like. We also have the economic calendar and separate earnings time. You could search also for different trend sizes and the Bollinger Bands, and also the volume and average volume in it. Yeah, now this is done. We could have a look on the bear call spread. Just search here. Does it make sense? Do we have an EMA filter which is negative? So purple, blue, yellow, not really here. This one looks nicer, but we only have a few days. So be aware that you should do the bear call spreads within a shorter time range. So a few days only, until 2 weeks probably. Could also do a vertical call, bear call, or a bear put. You could buy a put here and strongly in the money with a delta of round about 70% and profit from the loss of this value. So you see the fair value also, and when you do the trades, like here, we go like for the 1 minute chart, and then every minute the fair price is calculated or recalculated accordingly, and this should be roughly about somewhere between the bid and the ask, and mainly in the middle. Not every time when it's not liquid enough it doesn't work that way, but mainly it works pretty good. So we have the bear call spread, which is right exact the same. We have the vertical call, and here it is important to have like the 7 days, and have a look here, like DGX, and it should move in some direction. For the vertical call we always want to see implied volatility which is below 50, because otherwise the prices are too high. And you, of course, you can do a preparation here and see where is my break even, and you should or could enter a price alarm and say, okay, if it's exactly at my price, then we enter the trade and go out after 50-60%. Vertical put is done accordingly. Just have to search here which are the possible vertical puts. BP vertical put spread. Go into the minute chart then, and it will adjust it a little bit. Or what is also nice is the Iron Condor spread, where we search for the highest value, SJM for instance, Iron Condor, that's it. And you can place your order in the TWS for instance, or whatever platform you have. You see the lower strikes, the upper strikes. And it will soon be possible in the Agenatrader to connect it to, for example, to the TWS and send out the order for all spreads. Then for the cash secured calls and puts, I have a separate way, which is really quite the same as the bull put spread, only that I changed here the numbers, that it's searching only for the bull put or the cash secured puts, and you can just have a look here. Let's have some more days. What is really easy here, as you click in the bull put, and if it's not on the red line, it's nice. Otherwise you search for a different one. Here it's better, you see it, it's not hitting the line, and then you can enter this trade. We have a look on the open interest, and here's really only resistance upwards, downwards 12,000. Here is pretty safe, but you won't earn a lot of money. So here the delta is okay, and it could make fun. For the bull call spread, really the same thing. Just have a look, how many days. Go in and search for bear call. There's nothing available. Here it is. And how much would you earn on this trade? So it says, let's put in the open interest. Here's some. So we are quite in a good range here. Here's a big one. And we see we would earn nearly $2 for this short period of time. Another thing what you can do is trade ETFs. And we just have to search what you can do. So typically I like short-term Iron Condor spreads, and those are put into here. So let's have a look, like for the SPY, Iron Condor. The SPY, it has lots of option chains, so it takes a little bit longer than the rest. And then we have it. You can say, okay, does it make sense until this day? So it's just until 2 days, and it makes like 50 cents, which is not bad for 2 days only. You just can go through it and have a look which ETF makes much money and is really nice to trade. It's really damn easy to search for. Or if you don't want to do an Iron Condor, you can do a strangle as well. Okay, and then it says $1.20 for a strangle, which is only running until Friday. So here 3 or 4 days, which are directly in the market, and it should not go between those lines. And here the delta is 0.15. Alright, then turning point. If you have a look on Tesla, for example, which made a huge move here, you can see the power of the turning point. Okay, sometimes it doesn't work, but here you can see the power of the turning point signal which puts you into the trade very, very early. So you have a very good chance risk ratio. See it in other companies as well, where it puts you in pretty easily, or Apple. We have really nice entries, not always, and there's one certain rule which could surprise you here a little bit. I always want the course from the next day, so you get the signal on one day and the course should be higher than this. So here on this day nothing happened, here nothing happened, and here you see it's going higher. So here it is confirmed. And I also want to see like here it works also, that after 45 minutes after the opening bell you want to see that the course is going up, and not that it spikes up and then falls down, which happens quite often. And this is a very, very lucrative way to get into the market. Here you see you don't have any entries. Don't worry, here you had the entry and could get out very fast. We also have very nice indicators which are pretty close to real time, which brings you out of the market very fast. Also here the StoSC shows you exactly where to go out of the market. This signal works in both directions, long and short. And for those who don't want to have it very, very complicated, it is possible to trade these signals completely automatically. And I have some videos and documentation on it, how it could be done. Mainly it's working here on the long entry list. I just have to click after adjustment to auto, and then you could say, okay, I want to have it for this chart, I like that, and then it will auto trade this course and set up the stop and put you into the trade automatically. You could set up also the position sizing and everything, the risk reward ratio, everything is done here. Oh, we stop it. So, done. An easy way to do cash secured puts is this chart area, where we just have to search for like strangles, and we compare it. There is a strangle here, FBHS, strangle here, and strangle on the right side. And you see, there's a strangle to be done. Very easy. You can do the expected move. Very nice. Open interest. All's fine. Nice. You could do that. Then we could also search for spread entry, whereas the 1 is better than the 2, and we just search for the 1s and high numbers. So FSLR, here is a high number. What do we see? Oh, earnings. Be careful. CHDG is better. And we just search where the market is. Here we see the RSI is very high. This is high. We don't do that. Here is much better. It's more in the middle. And BP, bull put. Just click here, bull put. Careful, here's also the earnings day, but this is all fine. And we just go into the market and trade it. Here's the company again. At this one is also a high number. Let's have a look. Here this is critical. Perhaps we don't do that. Here it's much easier. Makes more sense. But here trend. What we always have to look at is if the market starts, give it a little bit time, and then after 30 minutes, 45 minutes, if the daily performance is positive, we could do a bull put spread or a bull put. Could also put in the Bollinger Bands or whatever you like, or have a look on the signals, how they come. That's all very easy to do. Bolly looks on how good the entries are based on the Bollinger Bands. So here we see the Bolly here, and we have the channel, and the market only has to be above this channel, and we earn money. And the int entry should also bring a 1, for instance here at U. And there the market should be also there. Here it's a little bit critical because the line is broken. The others are not available. 3s and 4s show the other direction. So here we see a downward trend which could correct upwards. You could trade it if you're really experienced, but I don't recommend it. Like here in the Bolly also, the 3 means it's going down and changed, but it's dangerous. Minus, guess what? It's the opposite. So it could be your signal to go out of the market. And here you see it's directly -3. It could come down, and this is sometimes very nice, for instance, to do verticals and to profit from the downward way, or you just search if a bull call is available, like here. It's far enough, and you also see the green field which symbolizes the timing. Here this would be too long for me, but others probably like it. Here you see the line, confirmed earnings. Alright, if you have any questions, feel free to get in contact with me. And you find this product on my shop on www.fstack.com/shop.